Adam, I don't hear anything from you.
Okay, I just unmuted us. I'm just getting ready to start. Well, welcome everybody to this uxColor weekly hangout event. We're going to go over a brief survey of uxColor technology and software and uxColor controls. I just had up the agenda, which I'll put back up on the screen here momentarily. First of all, I want to introduce myself. My name is Adam Kraft. I'm the marketing director for uxColor. Joining me today is the CEO and inventor of uxColor technology, Chuck Dehner, and he's going to go through a presentation of the software with you. So let me briefly put back up here on the screen the agenda that we've got for today. We're going to talk a little bit about uxColor technology, what it is, um, some of the bands and pattern matching. And rather than read through each and every one of these items, I'll just leave it here for you to survey, and then I'll turn it right over to Chuck and let Chuck get started with the introduction to what uxColor is. Chuck, welcome.
Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Chuck Dehner, as Adam said. Let me get right into it. I'm going to screen share and show you uxColor. Okay. Adam, are you getting the screen share now?
Got it.
So this is a uxColor map. uxColor maps numbers to colors. So we're looking at about 35,000 numbers there. This is a uxColor map out of the uxMarketFlow products, and I'll come back and explain the uxMarketFlow products and the uxColor custom products and our widget product later in the presentation. This particular map is out of the uxMarketFlow Pro product. It's a map of stock prices. Each row, let me wake this cursor up, each row is a stock. In each column, there's an end-of-day close. This is a daily data map. Later, we'll look at some intraday data. And on the right side is the current value for the current day. And you can go out and update this map, and we'll do this in a while, and sort by percentage change and monitor the market during the trading day. So important to understand is the concept of the interlace window. So color is relative to time. This is a one-year interlace window. It's 253 trading days in the U.S. stock market. So this is September 24th, 2013 to September 25th, 2014 today. Red is relative low and white is relative mid-range and green are relative high values relative to the range of values over whatever the current interlace window is. So greens on the right are stocks that are hitting new yearly highs. And let's go. This is the SP 500. So there's 500 rows in this map. So this is, I'm effectively scanning, going across the data that you would have in 500 line graphs. And that's the thing that uxColor does. We just give you a lot of detail in a very, and that's why we got a patent. I'm just trying to find a stock that might be hitting a new daily high. I don't see anything today. These are stocks near a daily high. So vertical color bands are commonality in time. So this is a, that almost looks like a market flash there. So commonality in time. And horizontal bands, if I go out and I'll sort this by industry, now horizontal bands are commonality within industry groups. And if you have the uxColor custom products and you were doing and had, say, 1,000 products and you had daily sales data from your scanners and you had it for 3 years, and then you had product lines, you might have horizontal bands that show you commonality within product lines. And one thing that uxColor can do is, so this is, these are all REITs lessors. So outliers or unusual events, if you're process control or in this case stock data, there's Prologis, a lessor of non-residential building, much different than its industry trend. So again, vertical color bands, commonality in time. Horizontal bands are commonality within industries. I could go down and find some industries and that are there's an industry that's not doing well. So what this tells me, this industry group, and this is drilling oil and gas wells industries, stocks, and they were at a high back here on November 13th last year, and now they're running into new yearly lows. And so we've got a one-year interlace window, and I'm scrolling up and down. This is a SP 500. There's probably about 1,700,000 data points behind this map, and one of the things we do is to say that uxColor can make sense out of millions of data points. I can take this one-year interlace window and I can scroll it back in time. Let's go back and we'll look at the crash back in 08 and 09. So here's the bottom. This is the bottom of the market crash. This is probably early March 6, 2009. And now I can go back, and I'm going to scroll back. There's a number of ways I can scroll that interlace window. So I'm effectively taking a one-year color window and scrolling it across this data. I want to show you why are we interested in historical data and historical patterns? Because we gain knowledge, and as we gain more knowledge, we gain an understanding of how the market will react. And there's always cycles. By training, I'm a mathematical economist, but there's always cycles. I'm going to take you up here, and we're going to watch what can I learn from studying the crash. What I'm going to learn and what I'm looking for is stocks that come out of the crash the fastest. And there are stocks. I'm going to go back and sort this by name. And here are stocks coming out much faster than everybody else. Everybody else is still deep in the crash, except this stock, Amgen, and this stock, AutoNation. AutoNation, let's see who this is, Boston, Bristol Myers, for some reason. Dollar Tree. So Dollar Tree and AutoNation, counter-cyclical stocks. When the economy is moving to a recession, people buy fewer cars and they spend more on auto parts. And they spend more at low-priced or discount stores like Dollar Nation. I can go out and I can sort this. This is the right-click menu. Let me come back here. All the menus are in this dashboard across. All the controls are in this single dashboard. You'll see me open multiple maps. Every map is an independent object with its own dashboard, and you can have multiple maps open on multiple monitors. And what I'm going to do is this is the right-click menu. I'm going to sort to who is that? Let's sort to, say, AutoNation. What I did is I said, go out and find me stocks over this one-year color pattern, this pattern of time that are like AutoNation. And I've got AbbVie, McDonald's, Bristol Myers, O'Reilly Auto Parts, a similar stock. So these are all stocks that are coming out of the recession earlier, and the stock earlier than the rest of the issues. So that's what we do in time is to study patterns and learn from history. Let's go back and target this sort of by name. So we've talked a little bit about horizontal bands, and we've talked about commonality within groups. We talked about spotting outliers. Here's an outlier that's against the industry. Avon Products has a hard year, bad year for Avon Products. And now horizontal bands, commonality with groups, and outliers. And you see me change the interlace window and move it through time. I want to change the interlace window bandwidth. So the interlace window has a bandwidth. We're starting out at a one-year width. If I want to understand trends across an economy, or if I'm going to do this, we'll go out and look at some nations around the world. I'm going to move into a more local. I want to understand what's going on. So this is a two-quarter window now. And so now colors relative to the range of values over this two-quarter. If I really want to understand a trend, I'm going to go out and move to a one-month window. And what we see is that the U.S. market over the last few days has a hard downtrend. It's a fairly common trend. I want to show you something about trends. I'm going to go back here. Do you see how this pattern is diffuse? Not a common trend at all. And I use the word diffuse, or we use the word homogeneous. Let's go back in time and we'll find there's a market. 1 month trend is pretty homogeneous, pretty cohesive. We talk about market cohesion. But what I want to watch you do is watch as I step into this. So here's a diffuse pattern, and what we find in this diffuse pattern is the market's looking for direction. It's open to a change. And what happened to this market over the next few days is it's dropping. So today is a down market, looks like down across a lot of these issues. And so that's moving the window in time, studying patterns in history, and I've changed the bandwidth. And let's go out just so I can show you how quickly you can learn. One of the things is what uxColor is about is fast knowledge. Let me bring up a different country. This is India, and India had the largest election in the world. Was held. We have 15 nations in the uxColor Pro product, and we have different asset types. We'll see some of those in a minute. So this is India, and the largest election ever held in the world was held in mid-April through mid-May. In India. I think the results were announced on the 19th, and it sent the market soaring. And what happened was Narendra Modi won. The old party lost the biggest loss it's ever had, and Narendra Modi promotes industry and commerce and is talking about India for all of its citizens. So what I'm going to do is to move into a one quarter. Is the India market still moving strong? Well, looks like it is over the 1 quarter. Scroll up and down. This is probably 600 stocks. And these international maps are built. We sort them by price and volume screens and filters, and then sort by market cap. Let's move in and see how India is doing over the last month. So the Indian market starting to show some weakness. And so that's how you can understand markets around the world. Let me take this back. So that's the we've done the time window, studying patterns in history. Next on your list is to see a little bit about our products. I'm going to bring over a...
Hey Chuck, while you're doing this, if I can jump in and interject for just a second here. I'm going to put up on the screen an image that I made for the uxColor website. You can see our uxMarketFlow.com, what we call our featured page, just to give you a real brief demonstration of how uxColor technology compares to a line graph. And so what I've done here is I've highlighted Google. You can see Google, the issues highlighted from the issues list here in blue, and there's a black box around Google as represented in a uxColor map. And what you can see here is the dark green represents the high point in the line graph, and the dark red will represent the lowest point. And this white here is going to represent a mid-range value. That's just kind of a microscopic understanding of what each one of those cells that you're seeing means. As Chuck's mentioned, uxColor is about fast knowledge and being able to see so much information on the screen at a given time, but that's what each one of those are. Chuck, I'll turn it right back over to you.
Okay. So this is our products page, and this is our website. I think Adam just showed you this. This is our products page. So we're using uxMarketFlow for finance. We also have uxColor Custom for anyone who has big data. The more numbers you have, the more value we can add. So if you have proprietary data, if you're a retailer, or you're in healthcare or social media and you want to monitor, or you have a process that you want to monitor, if you have a plan of some type that's sending off metrics and you want to see all those in one map, uxColor Custom's for you. And we're used to working with databases with hundreds of millions of rows. Very easy for us to hook your data in or work with your IT staff to hook your data in. We also have the uxColor Market Tracker or the color widget, and this is a web-based. I can quickly show you. This is a web-based application, and this is the let me get that up. This is the Dow Jones 65, and this is a reduced functionality, and we can license this to you if you are a financial data site, and instead of just showing the Dow Jones 65, it has 3 maps behind it, and we can configure this with whatever data you would like. If you have data that you want to distribute in uxColor maps to your intranet, we can do that. So let's go back. And now we're back with this SP500, and we're going to take it back to a 1-year map, and we're going to sort by name. And so those are the uxColor products, and come see us and contact us if you want to hook your data in. Just give us an email, easy to do. I want to show you how to use the uxColor to monitor the market during the trading day. I'm going to go out here and go data update. This is as of 128 notice. I'll go out and go data update. It's going to go to our servers. It's going to get a new value. And this is coming off our development server. It's a little bit slower. And now I'm going to go out and sort this by percentage change on the right-hand side. And now what I've got is the percentage change today across these issues. AutoZone, AutoNation is up. You can configure this, whatever. This is the issues list over here. You can have different columns in this. The dividend yield, the market cap, the PE for every issue that you're showing. And so what we've done is sorted it by, this is a huge down day for the market. We sorted it by the percentage change today over yesterday's close to this point in the day. And if I get right into the middle of this is 500 issues, a huge down day. This is Ecolab down 1.38%, that's right in the middle. So the SP500 is probably down around 1.30% today. And so that's how you can I leave this open on my desktop. I go data update and sort by percentage change, and I monitor the market during the trading day. I want to show you how to calculate the change over any period of time, and we do that. So what we want to do is, people have been talking, for the last year, since the beginning of the year, about the change over in the market retrenching and a market value change. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out and I can pick any period of time. I can go right click, and I'm going to set the time to, let's get back to about from January 1st to the end of the year. And now I'm going to go out and I use another sort by percentage span. And now let me bring this column to the front. So now I have the change over that period of time, January 3rd through September 25th, 2014. So Finnick Pharmacies out of the SP 500 is up 148%. I can go down, and what I want to do is to get into the middle, and probably this 250th, Cigna Corp is up about 5.94% over that period of time. So I'm guessing that the SP 500 index is up near that 5.94%. Go to the bottom and see who's down. Noble Corp has lost 37% over that period of time. Coach Inc. You can do that for any period of time. Let me take this back to a one-year window. And sometimes you'll think that are moving and on a move are going to stay and have some momentum, are going to keep moving. I can go set the time to, let's just pick a few days right in here. And now let's sort. The resort light comes on whenever I move my window or change the time frame. Resort by percentage span. So now I've got the stocks. Now if we see this, let's bring this span back over here. So Sigma Aldrich over these 10 days that I selected is up 3.32%. Over those days, the market is down probably about 0.49%. And that's a market that's had huge gains over the years. And Finnick Pharmacy is down 38.13% over that period of time. I could do this, suppose I was going to take an interest in those issues back here. I can go color time, and I can, suppose I had bought them here. I can go out to the front. Well, this isn't going to look good because of the resort by the span, this down market today. But that's a way of back testing. So if I had bought Sigma Aldrich, it was at that point in time, and then that was just a way of back testing. It would have been up 31.36% over that time. So let's go back to a one-year window and get this map sorted by name. Make sure we're up to today. You can move this by this or this. So that's U.S. stocks, and those are some of the basic features. These are the data menus. Open, update, look up. If you want to find some stocks and see if they're in here, I can come out here, enter a ticker or a symbol. If I want to find the price of gold, I go gold. That's a bunch of stocks, gold ounces. Whoops, misspelled it. O-U-N. There's gold ounces, and gold ounce, the price of gold is in our commodities map. And so that's a way to look up data. And I can bring over that commodities map, and we can look at some commodities prices. If we want to go across asset types, let's see, here's the commodities. Let me bring this over. Here's some commodity prices. These are about 60 commodity spot prices. And this is the year, September 23rd. It's sorted by name. And what it's telling me is that commodity prices are down in general over this year. There's a few that are up. There's palladium, a couple of palladium up. Let's zoom in. Let me show you zoom in and zoom out. Let's zoom in on this map. And let's look at who's up. Cattle's up. Price of cattle's up. And this is telling me that for this 1 year period, cattle's hitting a new yearly high. Cocoa's up. Coffee's in its mid-range. Here's somebody that's just jumping. Commodity milk. So there's a commodity price, and we have a variety of asset types. In the uxMarketFlow Pro product, I could look at currency. Here's currency prices. And we might want to say who's losing value, what currencies are losing value. Let's sort by the percentage change at the right-hand side. Bring over the issues list. And currencies currently losing value, as you would suspect today. Ukrainian currencies, the Russian ruble against the euro is losing against the pound, the Russian ruble is losing against the United States dollar, political turmoil around the world. So that's how you can calculate the change over any time. And we're back here. I can sort this map, for example, by the PE. And now let me show you. There's the PE, and the lowest PE in this at today's price, 2.69. I can also say, go find me the highest dividend yielding stocks in the SP 500. It's that simple. And they are Transocean. Let me bring this dividend yield column over here a little bit. You can set these these columns up and set these preferences. And so Transocean is, at today's price, would yield 9.23%. Windstream, AT&T, a strong stop, 5.25%. So there's a little bit of sorting by asset types, and I'm going to close sorting by patterns. You saw me do this once before. I can go out and sort by target click. If target click, whenever you see that in uxColor, gives you a crosshair and you select from the map, I can say, okay, I sorted for patterns like Pepco. And now I found stocks over that year that are trading like Pepco. It's a good way to separate the market. And I can go into find me patterns that are like sort by target click. Let's find patterns that are like this stock over this 1 quarter 63-day period. And it's sorted for that. And we can do that. So there's sorting by pattern to a 1 year or to whatever the pattern. That's for whatever the pattern is or the interlace window. And I can also sort to, let's step back a little bit. I can sort, let me get this back by name. Suppose I'm a trend trader and I'm looking for a head and shoulders pattern. This might be a head and shoulders stock right here, Air Products. Let's line graph it. Line graph from the map is going to turn that cursor to a crosshair. These are our line graphs. So here is Air Products. To zoom in on our map, you just outline and highlight it. So there's the head and the shoulders that I saw. And so if I think that's a strong head and shoulders pattern, and there's going to be a reversal of trends on that, I can then go out and target sort to that Air Products pattern. Let's see, is that it right there? Yes. And now I found all these stocks that have a similar head and shoulders pattern to Air Products. And so I just sorted, and you can do this with the Russell 3000. If you want to find some stocks that, whatever your favorite pattern might be, if you find it once, it's easy to see in the uxColor map, and I actually see better in the color map. To find that pattern in line graphs, I would have had to search 500 line graphs, but I could quickly pick it out, and that's one of the things uxColor is about, is fast knowledge, giving you knowledge to increase your understanding. So there we've done the sorting, and there we've done the pattern sorts. I'm going to close. Let me show you some higher frequency data. Here is a intraday data. This Pro product also has, let me bring this map down. This is the SP100. This is 30-second data, and this particular day is September 6th. And I can take this map back in time. Oh, this map is September 2nd. I can take it back in time. And if you want to see how the day unfolds, I'm going to open this up. So there's 783 observations in that. I'm going to step back a little bit. I'm going to replay this. And replay is going to repaint this day. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. And this is going to replay, animate. I'm watching the day unfold. You know, I can come along and I can sort this during the day and follow the day. And so what I want to do is to get back to my full, let me stop this and get back to my full pattern for that day. And what you'll find is that these stocks that have Amazon and stocks that have a different type of pattern during that trading day, let's go back and sort it by name. You can sort these, and these there's something, the pattern during the intraday and the afternoon, particularly the afternoon. Let me go back to the afternoon. This pattern will tell me that tomorrow, I'm guessing that, and I won't tell you how I know it, but I'm guessing the 3rd was a down day in the U.S. market. So that's a little bit about uxColor. Come see us at uxcolor.com, and thanks. Adam, back to you.
All right, so for folks that joined us in the middle or later in the presentation, put this agenda back up there, and this covers the points that were covered throughout the video. So if you missed anything, this is going to be encoded and put up on YouTube immediately after the presentation. So you can go over to the YouTube page and take a look and have any of these questions answered. So I want to thank everybody for joining us for the presentation. Obviously, there's a lot of information that we weren't able to cover or had to go over very quickly for a short presentation. If you have questions, if you'd like to know more, we're currently in a beta user period where we're accepting beta users. So if you're interested in being a beta user, I just encourage you to go over to the website, uxColor or uxMarketFlow.com, or you can Google it and learn more. There's a tab on the page called the Knowledge Center And using the Knowledge Center, you can go through and learn a great deal of information about uxColor and uxMarketFlow technology. And then I encourage you to come out and contact us and see how we can partner with you to glean some new knowledge from your data. So again, I want to thank Chuck for the presentation. Thank everybody for joining us today, and encourage you to reach out with any questions or suggestions that you have for future Hangouts. We'll be doing these weekly. If you missed this one live, you can navigate to the web page and you'll be able to see when our next event will be and get it in your calendar and plan to join us next time with your questions. You can send us questions on Twitter. Typically we have the Q&A feature enabled in these Hangouts, so on the event page you can use the Q&A feature. You can ask questions in the comment section on our YouTube or on the event page for the presentation. So there's a lot of ways to contact us. We're happy to answer your questions or even to specify a presentation just for your organization. So thank you very much for your time. That's all I've got. And Chuck, I'll turn it over to you for any closing thoughts, and then we'll just close it out.
No, let's close it quickly. One of the reasons that I was driven to invent uxColor is, as a statistician, even though I'm an economics and economist, statistics and regressions and the average compresses a lot of data. What we want to do with uxColor is uncompress that data and give you as much information as quickly as possible. So there's a variety of things and capabilities, and we'll be doing those and moving into some more advanced features over the next few Hangouts. Thank you. Thanks, Adam.
All right, fantastic. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week.